Hey, great Thursday morning. It is a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, man. The weather is amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful Earth Day. Earth Day. And again, something that I've shared with a lot of folks out there, and I've made mention here regularly, is there is no greater cons- uh, tree hugger in the city of Brownsville than Erasmo Castro. I love our environment, and I believe in reduce, recycle, and reuse. And I will always, always preach that. With that said, my option to reduce, recycle, reuse, I will not push forward and blast you for not doing the same. That's what differentiates me from a lot of the tree huggers out there. Some of them can be very nutsos. And I say that because good morning, good morning. I say that is because it's like the pita people, not the pita like the one you eat, but the PETA, the PETA. You know, guys, there is no greater pet rescuer with the greatest success rate in the city of Brownsville than Erasmo Castro. Guys, together we have brought together such a large group that we're able to help individuals find their loved ones, their pets. Que te pasa, Jimmy Vela? Este, the most successful. With that said, guys, some of these people are crazy. They're crazy. They sometimes give appears to give more value to the life of a pet than the life of an adult. And I'll share with you that I had an encounter with an individual who threw out there, "Oh, Erasmus horrible, horrible, and this, and we're going to get you, Erasmo." And like, man, this guy's kind of, you know, one of the Erasmo haters. Just another one. Then he goes out there and throws a video. Oh, I saw this puppy, this dog, and they weren't feeding him, and we're like, you know, and this was a religious person. You're like, wait a minute, you have compassion for a puppy, which is great. I have compassion for all puppies, but with the same breath, you want to destroy an individual, a human being. It's kind of crazy, guys. So, no greater pet rescuer in the city of Brownsville than Erasmo Castro. I love pets. You all know how much I love my girls. And every time there is an emergency and something needs to be taken care of in regards to a pet, you better believe that I get my beautiful behind out there. Same thing with being the greatest tree hugger here in the city of Brownsville. Guys, I firmly believe in reduce, recycle, reuse 100% as a personal choice. As a personal choice. And I encourage anyone and everyone out there, anyone that I see, guys, stop buying new clothes. Let's make our footprint smaller. See, Tree Hugger Supreme, bros. Good morning. Good morning. It's cold in Dallas. I heard that that cold that y'all are experiencing up there, Sonia, in Dallas, is going to slowly trickle down and get here by Friday. I don't know where I saw that. I'm getting concerned that my shirt is yellowing out, but it's because of the green screen. So maybe by Friday we should have a cold front, which is not going to bide well for individuals that we want to come out and vote. So, guys, please, if you would, please, 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 go vote today. And not only go come out and vote, please encourage other individuals to please come out and vote. And Please, please, please come out and vote. Before that Dallas cold front comes down. Again, I'd heard about it. I hadn't confirmed. Good morning, Louis Suarez. Good morning, Melida. Morning, good morning. Thank you, Corinne. Let me tell you, it was a great discussion that was had. I would call it more of a forum instead of a debate, but it was really refreshing. And again, guys, I hope that individuals get a clearer view in regards to what is going on in the city of Brownsville. There's some questions that I saw on the comments that were not asked, and some of those questions I want to address today. So I'm going to send the invite to any of the candidates that were on last night, Ms. Puente Bradshaw, Carlos Elizondo, Mr. Roy de los Santos. If you would want to come on, let's answer some of those questions that were asked yesterday on the feed, and let's fill in the blanks. There were some questions in regards to the when I mentioned in regards to the different committees out there that have been set up by these boards that we need to decimate and restructure. Uh, One of the questions that came up was in regards to the task force that was created by this current city commission, guys, by Rose Gowan, by Ben Neese, and by Mayor Trey Mendez, and the LGBTQ task force. And let me say, guys, this is as amazing as this may sound. This is a question that I've been asked frequently, with frequency. I've been asked regularly, guys, and I've shared the same response, guys, that I've shared since the task force was created here in the city of Brownsville. And again, it's my stance has not changed, and I'm going to wait to see if any of the other candidates has to accept the invitation to come on. Mr. De Los Santos, Ms. Puente Bradshaw, and Mr. Carlos Elizondo. But I do want to give them the opportunity to ask these questions because there is a certain group of our people out there that are, more on the conservative side that just want an answer from the candidates, and no one has asked the questions. Something that we do, guys, we is to ask the questions, and we produce the answers for you. So if they do not come on, guys, I promise that I will answer the questions that were not asked last night, or some of them. Good morning, good morning. Missed you so much. Been so busy that I missed your life. Pero aquí estoy fiel. I had wondered where you were at. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Anora hermosa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Hector. Thank you for taking people out there. Bring them on. Good morning, good morning. Benny, my man. ¿Qué te pasa, Erasmo? ¿Qué te pasa, Jimmy Vela? Jimmy Vela, guys. Jimmy Vela. Please go out and vote for my man, Jimmy Vela, if you are in Port Isabel or in that area. This guy is amazing. ¿Qué te pasa, Frankie? El Frankie! Frankie, I'm still waiting for you to come on. It is these times that we need that extra commentary out there. And your input has always been appreciated by a lot of folk here in the city of Brownsville. I don't know why, but some people like you. I don't know why. Lunch next Wednesday. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Good morning, Erasmo. Good morning, Joe. Enjoy your day. I know I will. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe. Oh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Papa. Enjoy your day, man. Come pick up a cookie. It'll be your birthday present. An Erasmo cookie. You can't go wrong with an Erasmo cookie. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. PETA kills 70% of the animals they rescue. They're a bunch of hypocrites. At my uni, they always protest, but no one likes them. Um, Look, guys, again, I am the number one pet rescuer in the city of Brownsville, without a doubt. And I'm not saying that arrogantly. Again, there's just facts. It's the truth. But with that said, guys, you cannot minimalize the wants, the needs, and the yearns of people over animals. People first, and then pets and animals. Well, animals. Pásele. I think I had someone in my office. I should actually lock that door from 9 to 10, but I don't. Good morning, Fernando. Ledesma, Fernando. Maybe not. Maybe they're next door. Good morning, handsome. That'd be me. And I'm glad I was here by myself because that way Carlos wouldn't try to steal my fire. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. 30 some people on YouTube and only 9 likes, guys. It's not a good thing. Please, guys, go out there and like that sucker. Talking more people into going. Please, thank you, Kat. And let me tell you that I know that a lot of people love you, worship you, and I need y'all's help. We just have to remind and encourage and move folks out there. The forum, Manu had the mic hosted. It was great. It was an awesome discussion. It was, guys. It was a great discussion. It's a great event. And I applaud Manny for doing it. And I'm glad that y'all stuck around for the 2 hours that it went on. Great. Good morning, Fernando. Buenos dias. It's Earth Day. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Look, guys, I am wearing reduce, reuse, recycle. Everything I have on, everything is from the thrift store. Dodger going to the moon. I don't know what that means. A good question would be, if elected, how would you prevent becoming a part of the corrupt political machine? And are you affiliated in any way with the current corrupt politicals? That would be an amazing question. It is a great question, and I myself would answer that question by saying, people, you know that I am not a part of the corrupt political machine. I fight against them. I call them out on their crap. And guys, one of the things that would help benefit a lot of the people out there is to constantly be out and speaking to individuals in the community. I mean, I have the blessing of having this platform. And let me say, guys, it keeps people honest. And that's what we need. We need politicians and elected officials that are honest. Fortunately, that is not very commonplace. We love Frankie. Not we all. Hey, Frankie. Is there a list of locations and times of voting times? Hungry Hippo, it is on my page. A list of locations. I'll go over them very quickly. We have Library, Southmost Library. We got Central Library. We got New Horizon Clinic on Price Road, right off of SPI, where Land Lakes area is at. We have, I think, ¿cómo se llama? Cameron Park, that little area there. There's also the courthouse right here on Harrison Street, guys. There is Jacob Brown Auditorium. And someone help me out if I'm missing one or other. Guys, please come out vote. It is from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m., Hungry Hippo. And I have posted it on my page. I will reshare it in a bit. Please. Please. Gracias a ti para pasar excelente día. Pasa por tu galletita. Offering my services, man, to anyone who needs a ride to polling places. Let's go, people. That's what I love to hear. Thank you, Hector. Guys, Good Shepherd Church. Thank you, Jennifer. Good Shepherd Church. Good Shepherd Church. That's true. Don't lock the door. What if Princess Charming comes in? Let me tell you, I've been waiting for La Princesa to come in for 32 years. Still hasn't walked through my door. We need to do more animals. We need to do more animals. Yeah, I don't do. There are not enough resources for people that dedicate their lives to saving animals, and our city should help a little more. Thank you to those that help all the animals. 100%. Good morning, Jennifer. I voted for you and Sir Elizondo. Thank you, Jennifer. Love you. Did you still have shirts? Yes. And when is voting day? Today? I don't have an ID from my friends, not from Brownsville. Can I still vote if it's not from Brownsville? Uh, you're going to have to use a passport, Beatriz, or something that says that you're from the city of Brownsville. What about an electricity bill? Anything that has you and your information from the city of Brownsville, from the place that you live, so that you can vote in this election. Please come out and vote. Good morning, Miss Jessica Ponte Bradshaw. Good morning.
Good morning, Erasmo.
I have six people in my therapy session who I will be taking to go vote. They are elderly. Love you. Thank you, Papa. And let me tell you, every single one of those is going to matter. Thank you for all this week. Guys, Hector has been using his van and picking up folks on a daily basis to take them to go vote curbside. Thank you so much, Hector. Please, Hector, continue to do that today and tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. And guys, please follow Hector's example, guys. Please go take your family members, even if they told you, no, ya voté, ya voté. Don't believe them. Take them anyway. Llévatelos. I don't, it's not true. They tell you, sí, sí, ya voté, ya voté. No, don't believe it. Take them.
Don't believe them.
Thank you, Hector. Love you. Good Shepherd Church. Yes, Good Shepherd Church as well. Thank you, Jennifer. And as well, is it true that Royal Santos supports the reading to our children at the public library by drag queens? I'm not going to state an individual's beliefs or what an individual supports. I do not know the answer to this question. I will say that unless I am mistaken, Mr. Los Santos has said that he is in favor of the LGBTQ task force. He is actually on the LGBTQ task force, and if I mean, I as what I understand, he and Mr. Uvaye were the architects of the LGBTQ task force in the city of Brownsville. So I would believe that Mr. Los Santos may be in favor of, uh, and here I think it happened once here in the city of Brownsville. We had one of Brownsville individuals that could call themselves a drag queen read to our children at the library, and I don't know what his stance is. Mr. Puente Bradshaw, do you have anything on Mr. Los Santos supporting drag queens reading at the library?
I know that he's been asked that question before. I don't know that he's answered it, but I haven't been at every forum or meet and greet that he's been at. Obviously, I think that yesterday during the evening forum at Manny Behind the Mic, somebody made a statement. I can't remember who, about trusting but verifying, or
Yes.
let's look at the facts. Let's just look at the facts, and the facts are we can state that he is part of the task force. He was one of the founders of the task force. He has been promoting what the task force stands for. And in some, and I don't have a problem with people having equal rights and equal representation. But at the same time, I don't think that anyone, any particular group for that matter, should get any particular preference. And, and so, that's my stance. But I know that he is part of that. So by default, does that make him supportive of the drag queen reading time? I mean, by default, it does. But again, he would have to come out and either declare it as so or not. So I think that what we need to do as individuals is always trust our own judgment, and that's what voting and politics and listening to the candidates is all about. Because not every candidate is going to tell you or going to be. They can say that they're 100% transparent, but are they answering the questions that we're asking? You know, and especially in the very in the more controversial issues, are they stating where they stand, or are they just kind of pushing it off or kind of circling around? So we all have to do our homework in that regard. There were probably some questions that Manny could have asked for to all of us that we could have all answered, but it didn't necessarily go quite that way. I think it was explained to be a debate, but it was more of a forum. So that was a little
I
different.
agree.
That's I don't know what you thought.
Oh, I agree. It was more of a, and I actually mentioned that as soon as I came on. It was more of a, it was a great opportunity, great event. But I think that there's a lot of the pressing questions, and I made mention of it because I saw some of these questions come up during the forum, and they have been questions that I've been asked directly. And look, guys, let me say this about, well, let me say something about what Jessica just said. It's like my opponent, guys. Been to the forums, asked questions, and then says, "Oh, these are difficult questions," and then refuses to answer the questions, guys, and then sidesteps every question. That's a disservice to you guys. That's a disservice, and y'all could tell, guys. Y'all could tell the the pitchfork tongue of politicians when they're trying to spin the matter and switch it a different way. Let me say, guys, you asked me a question, I will answer the question, and I was asked in regards to supporting the LGBTQ task force. Very simple, guys. Again, no mincing of words. When it was being proposed, when it was being implemented in the city of Brownsville, guys, I 100% against it, guys. 100% against it. And again, there it is nothing against the LGBT community. Most of the LGBT community here in the city of Brownsville know that Erasmo Castro supports their rights as citizens of this country and residents of Brownsville, Texas. And I do not tolerate bullying. I do not tolerate harassment. What an individual chooses to do in regards to the pursuit of happiness is a personal choice, and I will not interfere or impede someone's personal choice. But when you try to make that a part of government,
Hmm.
bring it into our buildings and say, this is what I want to teach, preach, and show out there, then what difference is it if I use the city commission once I get elected to preach a sermon? Let me tell you, if I would stand up at the as a city commissioner or and use city hall or city property to preach a sermon, I would be crucified. I would be dragged through the mud, tarred and feathered, guys. So, and I understand you have to have that separation, guys. And I've always preached it. And I'm going to share one example. One of the things that I voted against, guys, I voted against is the individuals that want to usurp rights that should be the right of everyone out there. And it was in regards to a donation that was made, that a discount that was being made at BISD to a certain religious group. And I said, no, if we're going to give it to one group, we have to give it to all groups because and anyone can come and ask for our facilities, and we're going to have to uh, give again, todos rabones o todos coludos, everything equal across the board. That is why, and I'll say this again, when they were out there putting up the flag at City of Brownsville Visitors Bureau, guys, City of Brownsville Visitor
Hmm.
Bureau, they put up the flag. I came out and I said, I am against that, guys. The only flags that should be flying in the city of Brownsville are the United States flag, first and foremost, United States
Hmm.
flag, state of Texas flag, city of Brownsville flag. Flag. And I say this because, guys, these three flags represent every single individual, guys. Look, resident, citizen, even undocumented. These three flags, they represent every single individual that is in the city of Brownsville. And I'm sorry, guys, the pride flag flying at our governmental buildings, at our city of Brownsville owned properties, guys, are not indicative or represent everyone in the community. And look, and I'll let you respond or give your take on it, Jessica. But look, guys, I know my Brownsville community, guys. We are very accepting of everyone out there, of everyone out there, as long as individuals' choices do not interfere in my rights. More power to them, guys. This is still America, man. This is still America. So again, guys, uh, things that bring us together, that unite us, should be showcased, not things that divide us.
Right. No, I absolutely agree, especially in regards to the flag. I just, let's just take that example a little bit further as a visual. So you have the rainbow flag flying. Well, what prevents me now from going and creating a flag that represents, let's just say, heterosexual, right? So now I get to fly that flag. Do I get permission from the city of Brownsville? And are they going to give me permission? What about flags that represent, I know that the United States flag with the blue stripe, back the blue. Then there's the one with the green stripe that supports border patrol and military. And then what about, the red one that supports the fire and EMS? So it can just keep going and going. Um, and so either we all get equal representation, or we stick to what represents all of us. And hey, I'm not against anyone rallying out on the street in the corner from their front yard and representing whatever it is that they stand for. Absolutely. I mean, it's our First Amendment right. But government is very quick to say, hey, separation of, for example, church and state. We can't do this, we can't do that. But yet they want to, it's okay to bring any other movement into it as long as it's not a religious or a Christian or a conservative movement. And that's unfair because it puts one segment or group of society against the other, and that's not what the city of Brownsville needs. Absolutely not.
No, guys, we need things that unite us and bring us together. And
Thank you, Linda.
unfortunately, the city commission and the mayor, guys, have implemented and have applauded measures that further separate and divide us as citizens of Brownsville. And the individuals that asked, I think are part of that Christian coalition out there. And guys, they have every right as citizens of Brownsville, as voters of Brownsville, to get answers to their questions. But one of the things that I made mention to the individuals that asked me is, guys, I haven't changed my platform, guys. I have not changed my platform. My platform has been the same. I have been consistent. I don't pander for votes, guys. I don't go on here and if I'm speaking to the Democratic women, I'm going to tell them something different that I would tell my conservative groups out there that are out there wanting to ask questions, guys. My answers will always be the same. I will always be truthful. And guys, there are some things that I completely disagree with the Democratic Party here locally, guys. And there are some things that I will completely disagree with our Republican Party here, guys. And you don't have to hear it from someone else, guys. It's something that I've been saying for years. And I'll continue to stick by my beliefs because again, guys, this is still America. 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 Thank you, Linda. Please continue to call those folks to come out and vote. Good morning,
Morning, Jimmy.
Jimmy. Jimmy, I love Jimmy. He knows it. Doing what I can with what I got. I love you, man.
Thanks,
Honestly.
Hector.
Thank you, Hector.
Morning,
Morning.
Ruben.
Um, yes, friend. Let's see what I can do because I want to vote for you and support you, friend. Te quiero mucho. Yo también, mi amor. Gracias. And please continue to contact more and more individuals to come on. Good morning, Miss Bradshaw. Good morning. Good
Hey,
morning.
Cat.
It is time for aggressive moves by the candidates and make the evening news. Wake up the public and make a big deal out of this election. That is your job, Luke Sam. Luke Sam. Is the issue the pride flag flying over governmental buildings? No, it was an issue that was brought up that happened. I think it was last year or 2 years ago when the task force was created. And again, guys, let me say there is no greater supporter of our LGBT community here. I do my best to attend events when I'm asked to. Guys, I've been at every single fundraiser or promoted fundraiser when funds are trying to be raised, like to find individuals that have gone missing, or to start different charters in regards to finding allies for our individuals out there, guys. Look, guys, more power to them. And again, I greatly appreciate a lot of the parents out there that have, been very receptive, and also have loved their children out there, guys. And let me tell you, guys, no one should be discriminated. No one in the city of Brownsville for anything, be it choice, be it gender, be it sex, nothing, guys.
It
Uh,
was June 29, 19. It was June 29 at Erasmo that they flew the flag on in 2020.
2020 was last year. Yes.
Mhm.
Good morning, Mr. Erasmo. Jessica, I will be
Good
going out
morning, Enrique.
today. Enrique had been feeling a little bit under the weather. We'll be taking people out. So, thank you, Enrique. Te encargo mucho.
Let's all do our part.
Yeah. Here's my take on the drag queen reading at library. I'm not going to put my children in a situation where it's going to create questions regarding sexuality. They're young, they're children. I'm not against it, and if other parents are okay with it, by all means do it. Let children be children is basically what I'm saying. My daughter wants to be a mountain. Then she grows up. When she grows up, she's not ready for people's sexual preference talks. Let me say, Mike, I agree. I am very supportive of the LGBT community, and they know it in regards to, you know, acceptance, in regards to personal choice, in regards to fighting for their right as American citizens, guys. 100% does not mean that any group out there, guys, has more rights than any other group. It does not, guys. Does not. And let me tell you, I don't tolerate homophobic slurs or homophobic language in any way, shape, or form, and in any way, shape, or form. And one time, and let me say, because there's been, I think, a little bit of confusion because uh, some folks that have started up this LGBTQ task force went out there and said that I had used the word tranny and that it was offensive. And again, and I explained to the individuals, you are very, very mistaken. The individual that used that word was a candidate that was running for mayor of the city of Brownsville at the same time that I was running. And I made mention to the word and stated that, guys, it's not the best word out there. Individuals, I guess, want to be called by the complete name, which is gay. I understand that. I don't even mention the words. But, mm, 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 mm. Oh, I lost it. Here it is. Great point, Erasmo. Yeah, guys. Again, I want I want flags at our city government offices that represent our community as a whole, not a one particular community. And again, I back in 2020 when this came out and was a matter, I was concerned, and I was concerned because of the direction that I think a lot of the individuals sitting on the city commission right now and the mayor of the city of Brownsville are catering to. And guys, it's something that is going on throughout the country, guys. And again, guys, we need, and I said this last night, and I'll say this again, guys, we need to conserve Brownsville culture, conserve and preserve Brownsville culture, guys. And this includes a lot of our gems here in the city of Brownsville. And I mentioned the zoo, the airport, our ports, our beach, guys. Those are ours. All people of Brownsville, no matter who you choose to sleep with, the color of your skin, who you consider yourself to be, doesn't matter, guys. They are our gems, and they have been neglected. Our children's museum, they have been neglected. They have not been upkept, guys. And again, guys, a lot of these things like the task force and these are just distractions, guys. Distractions that they throw out there to cause further division, guys. Further division amongst us. Just
But the thing with the task forces as well is that, and I'm not against any task force. I know that we have an organization that is and these task forces are supposed to be individuals from the community who are supposed to take ideas and maybe issues that we might have in our community sit down and sit at a round table and discuss, okay, what can the city do? And therefore then advise the city commission and the mayor as to what things could be modified, changed, adjusted, so that the group of individuals that this task force represents um, can feel like they're living, they're more represented in their city. And so, yes, they're there to advise the commission. Now, the commission is not necessarily there to change things for them. It's there to encourage and to say, okay, you know what can the city do to support you? We'll go ahead and do that. But I think that here's the fine line. If a task force is there to represent their cause and the city commission decides to change things or do too much in favor for any task force, right, that goes beyond what federal law or even state law or city ordinance this says that is the bare minimum that we can provide, and they do that for one group but not for another who may be suffering of a similar circumstance but maybe on the other side, then it's going to show favoritism. And and then we circle back to what we're experiencing with our current commission, is that there's favoritism for some but not for others. Some are more equal than others. Last night we discussed about the endorsement that Mayor Mendez put out publicly on his personal page for Rose Gowen as well as for Roy de los Santos. Now, somebody might say, oh, Erasmo's just mad. Oh, Jessica's just bitter because he endorsed them. I don't have a problem. If he wants to share this with his personal contacts, that's fine. But as a public figure, whether we like it or not, once you're serving the public and you're serving your community, you're serving everyone to the best of your abilities. And by pointing or singling one candidate out over the next, this early on in the game, then you start feeling like the redheaded stepchild. And parts of the community start feeling like the quote unquote redheaded stepchild. So some people were arguing, saying that he has every right to his opinion. People in office have every right to their opinion, but they need to exercise some sort of political and social decorum when it comes to deciding to represent a community and then deciding to be political and politicize things that need not be politicized.
They need not.
That includes a task force.
Mayor Joy Mendez was quoted by the news supporting the reading of children to children at the public library by drag queens, and Trey Mendez is endorsing Rose Gowen and Roy Los Santos. This team is in support of this act. Oh, I mean, without a doubt. And they've been very, very vocal in regards to their support of readings, a very, very support of the flags flying, and the task force guys. They all voted unanimously for the task force guys. Rose Gowen did, Ben Neese did, Mayor Mendez did. 100%. It was unanimous. If you allow a rainbow flag, you're sure as heck better allow the Christian flag. And then what happens, Jimmy, is then you start have to allowing every other flag out there.
That's the point. Absolutely, that's the point.
Guys, I have the best flag in Brownsville, right there. I have the best flag in Brownsville right there. Do I get to fly my flag? Jessica, have you seen my flag?
No, I haven't.
Let me get that real quick.
The
Guys,
French fry.
if, oh, it's the wrong one.
Ahí viene.
Guys, if
But you're right, Jimmy. Absolutely right. You've got to allow
this
everybody
is the
else.
best flag in Brownsville, guys.
Oh, the Erasmo, the A+ one. Is that your flag?
Do
Oh,
yes. Do I get to fly this in the city of Brownsville as well? I mean, hey, there's an Erasmo Castro group out there, guys. I mean, my question is, where does it stop? You know, I want my flag to fly over the city of Brownsville. It's a beautiful flag. It's the flag. No. Let me clarify, guys. It's the most beautiful flag.
Come and take it.
Do you have a flag?
Don't tread on me. I typically we have the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, the yellow flag, the Gadsden flag. We love that flag. Well, that's why my neighbors don't like me, right?
I wore yellow in favor of "Don't Tread on Me." Jimmy's right. Jimmy is always right, guys.
Hmm.
We were promised by the mayor and commission to fly a black and blue flag last year, and they went back on their word. Yet they allowed the LGBT flag to fly at visitor center. Double standard, insulting to our law enforcement officers. Corrine, and again, it goes into the same thing over and over again, guys. And I was there, and I protested against it vocally, publicly, and I got some flack for it. And I'm going like, guys, wait a minute. I love my LGBT community. I love them. They know that, guys. They know that. Most of people know that. There's one or two or three individuals on there that want to say, "Oh, Erasmo hates LGBTQ community." I don't hate anyone, guys. Anyone. I hate the corrupt political machine that attempts to use does the squirrel thing. Oh, squirrel, distracted. Squirrel, distracted. No,
Hmm.
guys, let's not get distracted, guys. Todos
Let's
rabones,
not.
todos rabones o todos coludos. Equality for all, guys. Equality for
Hmm.
all. And what's good for the goose is okay, great for the gander. Same, guys. Same. And I agree, Corey. And I remember when they had agreed, and then all of a sudden it's like, let's step back. But part of the problem, let me say, Kareem, since I'm on the sofa. Part of the problem is that a lot of our conservative Christian, Judeo, church pastors, members out there, they haven't been as vocal as they should have been, guys. And let
Right.
me say this, guys. I'm going to say this, guys. If there's ever a time to rise up, folks, it's now. Haven't been as vocal as they should have been. And I've been saying this again for years. I've met with different pastors and I said, guys, you've got to help me fight the bus stop issue. And they're like, well, Erasmo, our churches. I go, it's affecting your church members, guys. You are pastors of a church. It's affecting your church members. Join me in fighting for the weakest amongst us, guys. That's biblical. It is. It's biblical, guys. I was out there trying to get pastors to rally to come out, guys, against no economic development in the city of Brownsville. Guys, come on. We are shooting ourselves in the foot, folks. And let me say, and again, pastors, let me say, pastors, preachers, rabbis, uh,
Bishops,
priests,
priests.
everyone, guys. Let me say this, guys. With no economical development, the opportunities you have to do benevolence and to affect your ministries in a more far-reaching way are limited because the amounts of monies coming in, the funds coming in to you in order to help and serve others is also limited. So, guys, we have to continue to go out there and fight and demand economic development for the city of Brownsville. We together, guys, church people, Christians, Judeo, Catholic, everyone have to join and say, start preserving that which makes Brownsville special, our zoo. Zoo. And I use that always as an example, guys. The zoo.
That's-
And what happens, guys, is that no, I don't want to join that fight. I don't want to stand up for that. I don't want to stand up for economic development. I don't want to stand up for. I don't want to stand up for the weakest amongst us, the disabled, the poor, the needy, who have to use the Brownsville transportation system. No, I won't stand up for them, guys. They have no representation on the commission. No, Trey Mendez, Rose Gowan, Ben Neese, they cater to their clique, guys, to their elitist little groups out there, guys. That's who they cater to, guys. They don't cater to the weakest amongst us, guys. I don't have that luxury, guys. I don't have that luxury. I fight for the elite. I fight for the poorest of the poor, guys. I fight for everyone in the city of Brownsville. And that's what I want our pastors, our Christians, everyone, Catholic, everyone out there doing the same, guys. We need you to stand up for the people of Brownsville against this city commission that is hell bent on keeping us divided whilst they instill any program that they want, folks. Any program. And and then I'm going to stop and let Jessica speak. Guys, I warned folks. They came for the rock, and people would make fun of me. Oh, Erasmo is out there yelling, "It's just a rock." It's just a rock, guys. It's just a rock. And I warned folks. I went to that event, guys. There at the park that they had that little parade that they did, guys. Nadie me lo platicó. They were celebrating that they made the city commission, Rose Gowan, Ben Neese, Mayor Mendez, they made them remove the rock, guys. They made them remove the rock. They made them remove the rock. But you know what, guys? They were out there screaming and yelling and screaming and yelling, and they got what they wanted. What about my fronton people? What about my fronton people, guys? They had no one to fight for them. They had no consideration. The commission didn't take steps back. They lied to them. They lied to them the same way they lied to every single person here in the city of Brownsville, guys. They lied to them. Why hasn't anyone asked questions about the Fronton Street situation, guys? No one's asked any questions about the LGBTQ task force or other task force that are made, guys. No one. Not one forum. It's got to stop, guys. It has got to stop. I'm sorry, Jess.
No, that's okay. That's just fine. You've touched on a lot of important points. And, I'll try to kind of go through them briefly. I don't want to repeat what you said. But, when we, excuse me, when we talk to our community leaders, our pastors, hi, good morning, Enrique, our pastors, our bishops, our rabbis, our good Christian individuals, it is work getting, I don't know if this is work for you, Erasmo, but knocking on doors, getting the word out, talking to people, even people at the cash register, people at the gas, or you're pumping gas. It is work. But let me tell you, those of you that have a platform, whether it's through church or otherwise, people want to hear what you have to say, because unfortunately, too many have not had the opportunity. They don't have the time, and maybe they have other issues that they're stressed out about, like jobs or lack of jobs. And so it's okay for us to share our opinion as to what we feel, back it up with facts, back it up with our conviction, our spirit, and then let them hear it. And then they will make that decision. But it's not right to just stay silent because maybe it's not what I want to do, or yo no quiero meter la política con la iglesia. You know what? There's a lot of reason, even scriptural references as to getting involved and knowing who your leaders are and choosing the right leaders. So we have to get involved. It is work. Trust me, guys, I go to bed sometimes and I think, what am I doing? Why am I even doing this? I'm sure maybe you've had that feeling, Erasmo.
Yeah.
But I tell myself, I literally have to turn it around and say, you know what? This draining of energy and going at 100 miles an hour throughout this election season up until election day to see what's going to happen. It's worth it. It's worth it to represent the voice of our community equally. Right? Trust me, there's nothing better there's nothing I'd rather do than take off my heels, go hang out and play in the dirt. Seriously, with my plants and my chickens.
Your chickens.
But yeah, and my chickens, but this is important. So it's a small price to pay, everyone. And if we do a little bit every day, if we do a little bit every Sunday, if we do a little bit when we talk to our neighbors, if we educate those around us, then they will be in a position to hopefully make better decisions on their own. And it's like we're their training wheels for the time being. So don't be embarrassed. Don't hold back. Don't be shy about sharing your convictions if they are the right ones. Because trust me, on the other side, whatever that side is, people are networking, sharing, pushing, and getting their people out to vote, to go do and fulfill whatever it is that benefit that they're going to get. And when I say they, I mean the elitists, if that's what we want to call them, right? People with special interests. And I don't mean just LGBTQ or only LGBTQ. There are plenty of people with special interests who are doing all kinds of deals, and they're not afraid to get the message out.
No.
And so we must not be afraid to get the message out. Those of you that are out there driving people to the polls, have a conversation with them on why you're voting for who you're voting. Sometimes, it's better to have some information than to be a completely completely uninformed voter. Trey Mendez has his opinion. But now as mayor, he has, and now I'm reading for you, Erasmo. As mayor, he has the opinion of the citizens of Brownsville, not just a select few. Or he had his own opinion. As mayor, yes, he should have the opinions of everybody, not just a select few. You're right, Juan.
I agree with 100%, guys. Look, and let me say, guys, uh, when I was on the school board, guys, when I was on the school board, I changed my stance, guys, based on the opinion and the wants and the desires of the individuals in my community, guys. And guys, when you're in an elected position, elected office, guys, you put your beliefs to the side, guys, and make sure that they are coinciding with the community as a whole. And when your beliefs, ideas differ from the community as a whole, guys, as an elected official, you are there to represent the voice of everyone in the city of Brownsville. Everyone in the city of Brownsville. Good morning. Good morning. Everyone had a wonderful and blessed day.
Blessed
You,
day, Freddy.
Isai. Love you, Baba. I have a Chicago Bears flag and it's flying right in front of my house. Hey, guys, again,
And
and I made mention about this the other day. Guys, I mean, if you have a Dallas Cowboy flag, more power to you for flying it in front of your house. I don't want it flying at city government offices. Woo! This group that the mayor endorses as commissioners and candidates he wants to bring in is only a step in making Brownsville a liberal government where all our values will be trashed. Uh, I'm glad you mentioned that. Guys, I warned folk, and this is what, 2 years ago when they were removing the rock? 2 years ago, I warned folks, guys. They came for the rock. The next step for them is removing the Robert E. Lee Youth Center there at Jacob Brown Auditorium, guys. They actually marched. Again, I was there. No one told me. They marched from Washington Park, guys, at the hole that was left from the rock. They marched themselves off to Jacob Brown Auditorium to say, this is next. And let me tell you guys, if they are successful in removing the name of Robert E. Lee Youth Center, mark my words, they're going to be then marching from there to our churches, guys. And it's not something new that I'm saying. I've been saying it for since the rock removal. That day that they came out, I said they came for the rock. They're going for the youth center, and next they'll come for our churches, guys. I'm not even uh, fear mongering folk out there, guys. It's a proven fact. You give them an inch, and they'll take the whole damn rock.
ay, Erasmo, it sounds terrible, I know, but the fact of the
Wait,
matter remains is that
it's
these to me are bully tactics.
but it's true, isn't it?
And yeah, it's a bully tactic. And here's the thing, guys, no, there is no country in the world that has a perfect history. Not one country in the world. And and David, and but we can't go around erasing history and trying to forget it because we are going to be destined to repeat it over and over again. If you let anyone remove something historical because it's offensive to them, who's to say that 20, 30, 40 years from now, what was not offensive is now offensive? So for example, let's just say hypothetically, we're going to get rid of all these and by the way, Brownsville is a very historical community.
Let me
We
say,
don't have any right to be removing things that are part of our history, whether it's good or bad, because this is how we learn. But we've changed the street name, right? And there was history with that street name. Now we've changed it. Who's to say that other streets aren't next, whether it's MLK or Ruben M. Torres, right? Someone eventually is going to come up and be upset at Ruben M. Torres or maybe at MLK because MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., happened to be a Republican and not really a Democrat. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, and we can't allow that. I missed some of the comments. So,
uh,
good morning, Abel.
admire the commitment of you both for being out there and not only informing people but opening their eyes. And yes, together we can be heard. Yes, city has lost faith. To get it back, please vote. And yes, and I'm going to go back to Cindy. See, I love you, Cindy, but let me say, Just very simple. Todos rabones o todos coludos, equal. And let me say, guys, it mimics the stance that I took against Sylvia Atkinson when I was fighting Sylvia Atkinson. She was taking from everyone in our community, everyone. And unfortunately for us, a lot of elected officials on the city commission, at TSC, guys, on the TSC board, a lot of individuals at the DA's office, a lot of individuals at the Cameron County courthouse, guys, the Cameron County Commissioner's Court, a lot of individuals at the Port of Brownsville, guys. A lot of individuals were tied into everything that Sylvia Atkinson was doing. And all you have to do is go back into the indictment, guys, and it says that she did everything she could to increase her political power here by controlling a lot of the different elected agencies out there. And I mentioned the ones that I mentioned because they're all elected agencies, guys. She did her best to be in everything. And again, guys, I'm going to fight again, folks. I know, Lolita. Again, folks. Uh, I just want equality for everyone. Maybe you should parade around and group the citizens to protest and get these problems out there. I've been protesting for a couple of years already in regards to a lot of the direction for years now, uh, the direction that the city is going. And let me tell you guys, the issues that I brought up against Rose Gowan 4 years ago, guys, guess what? There's still the issues, guys. But after 12 years, she hasn't done a damn thing to help the citizens of Brownsville as a whole. Not a damn thing, guys. She goes out there and says that she cured diabetes. It's not true, guys. Just last year, guys, we were classified as the unhealthiest city in the country, guys. Unhealthiest city in the country, guys. I posted the articles, guys. So all her accomplishments are curing diabetes in the city of Brownsville. Again, it's not true. Not true. All things aside, society should not have allowed so much freedom, and it should have been kept controlled, allowed but controlled. But no, the political righteousness has failed. It has exposed such a more of many whose principles are based on celestial beliefs. In a nutshell, no pun intended, they should keep to themselves and spare society open for. We don't need task forces to determine or allow immorality or God fearing folks. Man is man. Uh, Look, guys, let me say this, Richard. I will fight for the rights of every single individual in the city of Brownsville. I don't care if you're LGBTQ. I don't care if you consider yourself a female, consider yourself a male. I don't care. I will fight for your rights. I will fight against anyone who tries to belittle, bully, or push onto other individuals their beliefs or their ideas, guys. And let me tell you, I stand up to every single citizen of here in Brownsville, guys, that just wants a fair shake and a fair share of the pie. Se te va subordinate. Se te va subordinate. Guys and gals. I know. I'm trying. But, when I say guys, I mean everyone. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Se te va a subir la presión, Erasmo! No, I'm okay. Jessica did this during Trump's campaign to gather votes and show presence. I'm with parading.
To the city leaders. So in other words, go and demonstrate, right? Is that what you mean, Mario? So let us know.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I agree. We need to protest, guys. But let me tell you guys, there was a comment on my, and again, people have asked me why is Trey Mendez supporting Rose Gow and not weren't y'all friends? I said we were friends at some point. The day that he decided to file a police report against me, a police report where I got contacted by the Brownsville Police Department was the day that he went and filed a report because someone had posted on my page that they wanted to hold an armed protest. And when he informed me, I told him, Mr. Mayor, this is still America. People have the right to have a protest. People have the right to have an armed protest if they so choose. This is America. This is Texas.
Mm-hmm. And just so that everyone knows, you can walk out. It doesn't matter if you walk out to Walmart, in all honesty. I've known people who have done it here in the valley. You can carry a long gun. And by a long gun, it's got to be a rifle, like, for example, a shotgun rifle type of thing, like a hunting rifle for doves and things. You can carry those out in public. um, it's part of your right. I guess maybe people remember back in the day when people would drive in their pickup trucks with their rifles on the back glass on those racks. It's not illegal to do that. You do need currently a permit to carry, but I know that the state of Texas is working on making this an open carry state to where a constitutional carry, where you don't necessarily need um, and anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, where you don't need a license to carry. But that's something at the state level that's coming around the corner.
Yes,
And to
it's
your point, Erasmo, it's not illegal to have a long gun at any demonstration. Um,
no
and you know what? Honestly, if someone's gonna have a gun and they're a criminal, I'd rather someone who's on my side to have one so they can take that guy out before he does any damage. Hello, David.
yeah. Let me say that I agree. It is just around the corner, guys. There's going to be you carry. This is America. Before
Mm-hmm.
the Texas legislature, guys, and let me tell you, I am for it.
Yeah, Second Amendment right.
It's
Absolutely.
right,
It
guys.
protects the Second Amendment protects the first one and all the others. And that's anyone who doesn't believe me, then I'm sorry, you've got to go back to Constitution class or something.
Constitution 101, guys. Let me tell you, Second Amendment, guys, and besides that, one word: Texas. Gotta love Texas, guys. Morning, Jessica. That's what you guys had an awesome informative forum last night. I wish that whatever the elections come, the four of you become the fighters for the community. And let me say again, I stated and I committed, guys. I will be there. I will be fighting alongside anyone, guys. The three candidates on last night, and anyone else that wants to fight for the rights of the citizens of Brownsville, guys. Whatever the outcome of this election.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot erase history. We can make it a historical artifact in a museum. It's been done to make equality more reality. I agree. And let me tell you, if that would have been the choice, first of all, my issue was they made such a big old fuss about the damn rock, Cindy. And again, I've lived in Brownsville all my life. Do you know that I never even read the plaque? I mean, it wasn't until they started to make a big hoopla about the rock. I had never even seen the rock. Not when it was on Palm Boulevard, not when it was moved to Washington Park. Had not even seen the rock, guys. It wasn't until one day that I went to Sombrero Fest that I realized that the rock was right there. I'm going like, oh, that's the
That's
rock.
the rock.
And we're like, guys, and let me say, Cindy, the issue is that I'm going to easily say 90% of Brownsville guys easily didn't even know it existed, Cindy. So why are we using our resources? Why are we all up in a hoopla? Because 1% was very vocal about its removal. Guys, I if we put it up for a vote, guys, I guarantee you that no one would even give it the time of day. They wouldn't. And again, my concern, Cindy, is don't we have other pressing matters that are more important? And let me say this again, guys. This is how they steal money from us, guys. This is why we have the bridge to nowhere. This is why we have Tenasca. This is why we have every single raterio out there, guys. Sylvia Atkinson, guys. It's her tactics, guys. They make us all fight about the insignificant things and call it progress while they're out there stealing our money, guys. And again, I'm not talking out of my behind, my beautiful behind. Guys, it's facts, guys. Facts. They distract us with this stuff and they steal from us blindly. Manos llenas. And it's got to stop. LLK was a womanizer. Oh my God, no, I cannot support that. Yeah. Yeah, people start getting to the ridiculous. Can we put F someone in our yard signs? Yeah. You have the right to put anything on your property and put up a yard sign and put screw the commission if you so choose. Still America. We have the people to change things in Brownsville. Let's get out and vote for change. Yeah. Since we are going on religion, no, it's not about religion, guys. It is, I'm using religion as, they're the ones that asked the question. I'm using them as an example. Everyone in the city of Brownsville, guys, should be out there protesting for their rights. Everyone in the city of Brownsville, and I mentioned religion because I had those conversations with pastors. Everyone in Brownsville should be fighting for bus stops. Everyone out in the city of Brownsville should be fighting for economic development, guys. Everyone. Everyone should be fighting for proper infrastructure. Everyone should be upset and up in arms. And again, please, Trey Mendez, don't file another police report against me. Everyone should be up in arms, guys, in regards to our zoo waning, our zoo dying, guys, our Camille Playhouse, our children's museum, guys. Everyone, especially those individuals who are leaders in the community, guys, which are pastors, priests, and everyone else. They, like it or not, they are leaders in the community, especially Lord Jesus. The rock! It's just a rock. Okay, good. I agree with Mario. Well, that's one person that agrees with Mario. No one else in the city of Brownsville agrees with Mario, but that's okay. And that's a joke. Más o menos. Jessica, ya te están hablando las
I
gallinas.
know they are. That he can hear it. Oh my goodness. Now they just laid an egg.
America. Oh my God. Guys, as much as people, this is still America, guys. And we definitely have rights. We need to fight for the rights of every citizen in this city. Stand up for the elderly and disabled. We are a lot of us in our community who are forgotten and never listened to, but yet we have the power to vote and turn the tide. We are many. We are many of us, but we are forgotten. Can visit us only when they are seeking office and want votes.
Hector, can I say something to that? And
Yeah,
Erasmo, I'll share
yeah.
it right here. I'll go ahead and post it on my page. So you're right about the elderly and the disabled, Hector. One of my platforms that I'm running on, and I really think that it's important to address it. And Erasmo, you've touched on it several times in regards to the zoo and how it's waning, and how just so that everyone out there knows, the public. I love our zoo, but the zoo is a it's a money loser. In other words, it drains money. It drains money to the point that we have to subsidize it, and that's to subsidize it to keep the doors open. That's subsidize it to feed the animals, as you mentioned, Erasmo, with the GoFundMe page. And 2 years ago, when I ran and I visited some of the daycare centers, also in Hector, I'm not implying you're at one of the daycare centers, but the fact is that we have a lot of elderly who sit at daycare centers on a daily basis, and they have snacks and they play chalupa, and that's about it. But here's my plan. Here's my idea as commissioner. And again, if it gets taken, just know that you heard it here. Um, Most of the time, the zoo is jam packed, relatively speaking, on the weekends. The zoo, the price to get into the zoo is quite high, actually, if you ask me. And our politicians and our leadership likes to say that we live in one of the poorest cities in the country, or if not the poorest cities in the country. Yet our zoo costs are phenomenal when it comes to actually getting ourselves admitted in there, buying a ticket. And so, my suggestion, and as commissioner, I'm letting everyone know, I will work hard to make sure that that zoo actually gets the energy and the patronship that it deserves. And here's my plan: if you are an elderly person, if you are a veteran, if you are a toddler and not of school age yet, if you are a homeschooling parent, if you are a part of you are in the daycares, in the adult daycares, you should have a reduced rate to get into the zoo during the week. That would allow our toddlers, or kids that aren't in school yet, or disabled who are now sitting at home watching TV because there's nothing else to do, for example, or elderly who are sitting indoors always playing chalupa. Um, Allow them to go into the zoo and start getting some fresh air, start getting some exercise. We talk about diabetes and we talk about people being overweight in the city, but we as a city we don't open up the doors to these, in this case the zoo, where people could go and start walking around and do the mile or whatever. So what prevents us from doing that? Instead, we'd rather take a loss on the zoo Monday through Friday and then try to make it up on the weekends when we could have estos pobres animalitos, they could actually see faces throughout the week and not just on the weekends. So that's my proposal. As your District 3 City Commissioner, I will work with the zoo to let's do what we can to get veterans, elderly, disabled, toddlers, homeschoolers into the zoo during the week at a rate that they can afford, that the elderly who are on fixed budgets can afford, so we can start generating revenue in that way and not just on the weekends at 17, 15, whatever dollars a person. I mean, I'm sorry, but a 5-year-old having to pay 12, $13 to get into the zoo, that's just ridiculous. Imagine the families, the hardworking families, moms and dads with 3, 4 kids having to pay that much. Of no, it's not a wonder we're losing money at the zoo. I don't know what you think about that, Erasmo, but that's my plan. And as you as at large, I would like your support as well. Let's get
Well,
it done.
our zoo needs help. Our zoo needs more land. Our zoo needs more property, and it definitely needs a lot of care, guys. And what has been going on at the zoo is not working. I'll answer this real quick. Great. So why are we still on the rock? We're still on the rock because it's indicative of the individual's choices and mind frame that are sitting currently in the city commission. And it's not just the rock, Cindy. The thing is that they want you to forget the rock. But you know what else they want you to forget, Cindy? They want you to forget Casa de Nylon building. That's what they want you to forget. Yeah, yeah, it's already happened. It's already in the past. That's the problem, Cindy. And come on, Cindy, you know me better than that. I'm not going to let go of the rock because it's indicative of the culture that exists on the city commission. It's
Erasmo, they want us to forget about the roads, the pits, the moonscapes in some of these neighborhoods.
yes,
Old Business 77. I mean, allá calle Pluton, like that one big pit that was there that I finally got fixed. You know, you don't have to go very far. I mean, they want us to forget about these roads. And I'm telling you right now, I'm sorry, but $1 million per year per district is not enough money to get true maintenance on our roads.
nothing.
Yet we spend $500,000 on consulting fees. I mean, es absurdo.
A million,
Porque if I was at home and I had $1,000 and I spent half of it on a Louis Vuitton bag that I don't even get to use around the house because I never leave the house, and then my kids are starving and they don't have the right clothes, would you do that to your family? No, you wouldn't. No
no,
one, I don't think, here would do it. I mean, maybe a few, but most people would not. Yet that's what the city does to us.
100%. And again, Cindy,
Pagan mucho dinero a los consultants, pero nosotros nos dejan en las calles en ruina.
100%. And Cindy, I'm sorry, Cindy, to give them a pass on things that are just ridiculous, ridiculous, as the permits them to continue to steal from us. Again, Casa de Nylon building. They want you to forget Casa de Nylon building.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Rose and Ben Nice. They're out there saying right now that, oh, no, they have plans for Casa de Nylon building. And guess what, Cindy and Jessica? It was the same. And Jessica, you heard it. You ran 2 years ago.
Yes, it
It was,
was.
it was the same talk that was mentioned 2 years ago, guys. Oh, we have plans. We have plans for Casa de Nylon building. And it's the same speech talk that was mentioned 4 years ago, guys. So we got to stop believing them, Cindy. And we cannot just let this one pass. Let this one slide. No, not at all. If it hadn't been for Jefferson Davis, there would be no Brownsville. Since I have experience being shot by a large caliber gun, this open carry thing greatly concerns me. You don't know until you know, and then it's too late. I've been shot at. I've actually had a gun pointed to my head a couple of times, guys. As to how I wished I would have had a gun. Why so, David? It's a good question. David will explain, I'm sure. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning. Love the forum last night. Whoever wins, I hope that they keep their promises. 100%.
Fifi, go out and vote. Get your friends to vote. Vote for me.
In 1858, the War Department was going to close Fort Brown. Jefferson David overruled that decision and kept the fort open. And now we know.
There we go.
Yes, joke, Rasa. Uh,
It's
com-
a joke that they are keeping things from us. That's what I'm going to assume. Let's,
let's complete thoughts.
yeah.
Yes, we went to the zoo this weekend. I said how Brownsville can't keep it up and give them funds. We get
Oh, wow. They
funds.
keep
We,
asking for donations to the animals, which doesn't bother me. I love to give for a good cause. They just got donated millions to Brownsville. Give to the zoo, just like in San Antonio. No excuses. It's for kids.
100%.
Absolutely, Beatriz. No, you're absolutely right. I'd say let's get people into the zoo, but come on, let's make it affordable so we can. It's one of these things. Erasmo, you have T-shirts. Do you sell one T-shirt for $50, or do you sell many T-shirts for $2? I mean, and let's just say that you're still within your margins. We can't. I'd rather have more people coming in because they're going to buy sodas, they're going to buy popcorn, they're going to buy T-shirts, they're going to buy little things at the gift shop. You either take it at the door and get less, or you lower the cost and get more people in there, and then they're going to spend extra money. You know how kids are. I want a soda. I'm hungry. No, yes, estuvo. You're going to make a killing with those at the concessions.
100.
Salud.
Thank you. And uh, before the fake pandemic GOP, let me say, Cindy, I don't. Y'all can play that party game. I don't play the party game. I don't play the party game. I've been very vocal. I've been very anti-party. I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in your rights and I believe in my rights. The problem is that even the party is a ploy from the other party to continue to cause division in this country. Guys, the left wing and the right wing are still part of the same bird.
Right.
Let's concern ourselves with the bird as a whole instead of the left wing or the right wing. And look, guys, I'm sorry, guys. Every single individual here, Cindy, I'm sorry, every single individual that has been locked up here locally for bribery, for raterio, has been part of the Democratic Party machine, guys. And that's just
Yeah.
a fact, guys. And Cindy, if it was the Republicans that were out here causing havoc amongst our people, you better believe I'd be out calling them out. You know for a fact, Cindy, that I've been out here screaming my lungs out, warning folks in regards to the pandemic. I've never even come close to calling it fake in any way, shape, or form, and I didn't adhere to a lot of individuals in the GOP party calling it fake, like Minerva La Pingüina Peña, who said it publicly. Publicly. I didn't see all of y'all out there's outbursts against Minerva La Pingüina Peña, guys. Never. Never. Not one. Yes, because no trickle down from Abbott choices could trickle down from Cruz. You see, again, Cindy, y'all are adamant about playing the party card. I don't play those games. My people in Brownsville do not deserve those type of games where we're playing the party. We don't deserve that, guys. We don't, because a lot of the beliefs that we have here are so intermingled with one party to another, folks. I find it very hard to find individuals here in the city of Brownsville because of our culture who are pro-abortion, guys. Most individuals in the city of Brownsville are going to say that they are pro-life, be they part of the Democrat Party, and I'm using that as an example before anyone throws stuff out. Be they the Republican Party, the Democrat Party, Libertarian, any party, guys. Most people here are pro-life. Again, more power to people if that's what they choose to do, guys. We have to be representative of Brownsville as a whole and do what
Mm-hmm.
is in the best interest of Brownsville, not what is in the best interest of the party. The city activated a committee that addresses special needs advisory committee. It would be a good start to address issues such as accommodations to citizens with a disability. Let me tell you, let me say, individuals with disability, yeah, more power to individuals saying these are our needs. The issues at hand are we going to start having committees for everything out there? I am going to be a city commissioner that directly, personally addresses the need of every special need individual in the city of Brownsville. I am going to be the commissioner that addresses every single need of the LGBTQ community. I am going to be the commissioner that stands up for every need of our church based folk out there, guys. You need well rounded individuals in office and not one trick ponies like Rose Gowan, who cured diabetes, supposedly. It would be great to also do some marketing outside of our area to advertise for our zoo.
I cat. You don't understand. You're absolutely right. I talked about this last night with another group. I said, how difficult has it been for the city of Brownsville? You know, Here's the thing. I'm just going to say it, Erasmo. I've been to other towns. Let me just say, I've been out of town. And by out of town, I mean outside of Texas. And I was watching a commercial in Oklahoma. It was actually in Tulsa. I kid you not, Erasmo. We were driving on our way to Missouri, and Cat, I will tell you too. And we stayed at a hotel in Tulsa, in Oklahoma. And you won't believe, guess what I saw a commercial for? Anybody want to guess? Erasmo, you want to guess?
The zoo?
No. It was a commercial to come visit Corpus Christi and in Tulsa, Oklahoma. How difficult is it for the city of Brownsville to market itself and advertise for anything, for that matter, in other airports, in other cities, in places where people can reasonably drive down to the valley, like Oklahoma. So here's the thing: what are we using our tax money for? Are we using it to build and to bring more money and more revenue to our city, or are we not? Or are we giving it to consultants to tell us what we should do and then we don't do it? But you're right, Kat. Absolutely right. 100%. I've seen it happen with other cities. I've seen Galveston commercials in places that were not in Texas. ¿Qué estás leyendo, Erasmo?
Actually, the comments coming in.
Oh,
I agree with you 100%. But let me say, guys, first we have to invest a little bit. Before we invest in marketing, we have to
mm-hmm.
invest a little bit in the zoo. But guys, how how are we going to advertise for a zoo where we can't even feed the animals, guys? We have to ask the community to dig into their pockets besides our tax dollars and send money to a GoFundMe page to feed the damn koalas.
Mm-hmm.
To feed the koalas, guys. Guys, feed the koalas. Let's build up our zoo. Let's get some property from the districts to start expanding our zoo, guys. And then let's go market. Let me give you one example. Look, guys, I don't understand. Have you seen in front of the zoo how they build that little bike trail, guys? And it's got these moon rocks or something on there, this special asphalt that glows in the dark or something or other, guys. Guys, that is a lack of vision, guys. A lack of vision. Do you know that that little tramito it costs us like some I think $4 or $5 million, guys? $4 or $5 million. And let me give you my take, guys. What we should have done: closed off that street, guys. Closed off that street, expand the zoo. The park belongs to the city. Incorporate the park into the zoo, guys. Have BISD give to the city of Brownsville, sell to the city of Brownsville. Cummings, guys. It's it's just sitting there, guys. It's just sitting there. I've been in Cummings, guys. Transfer the CTE program to Resaca, which is closed down, guys, and use all that property all the way to the Resaca, guys, as the zoo. And then we'll have enough space for the elephants and the giraffes and everything else, guys. And we'll have a direct entrance, guys, coming in off the expressway directly to the zoo, guys.
Right.
Directly to the zoo. But no, guys, we've called that the Mite Cultural District, guys. And Rose Gowan is touting the farmers market out there. And again, I love the farmers market, guys. But why couldn't the zoo have gone that way as well, guys? That was all property that was owned. Where's the vision, guys? So now we pissed away $4 million, guys, for putting that moon walk bike trail. That again, guys. I'm sorry, folks. No one uses. No one uses. Where we could have used that property to expand the zoo, but no vision, guys. No,
No hay visión. There,
nothing,
there's
guys.
no vision. There's no vision. There's no long-term planning. And I think what happens is rather than spend the time to sit and think about what could work, my husband always says, what he has a saying, uh, penny wise, pound foolish. And that's where you go and his what the reason he tells me is like, you're gonna go spend money now on something that is a foolish purchase when you could just wait, think about it, and then really you may invest more, but it's going to be something better. And you can invest it in time and cost, but it's going to be better in the long run. And so I don't know why we spent that much money on that. Is it because we were trying to give somebody a favor and get some money in their pocket
Always.
instead of saying, hey, you know what, guys, that's not the right cost. And here's the thing, guys, newsflash, the city commissioners work for you, and they are the ones that you're giving authority to work and to balance and to negotiate and to distribute your budget. That's we're basically, when we vote for a commission, we're giving them the keys to our bank vault, giving them access to our wallet. And so they need to use that money wisely, and making decisions that are short term and not long term focused es una pérdida de dinero. We're throwing away money.
I'm going to answer this. Erasmo, you always refer to the current leadership as they in one bucket, accusing them all of lack of leadership. They are, and promising you will change that. How does one person change anything when you have to work as a team with mayor and current leadership when you accuse them of all of the negative remarks you make? Leadership is not one man band; it's a team effort. How do you take a commissioner seat with such division? Only we attitude will show real progress. Dorina, I'm going to answer your question, and I'm going to take it off so I could answer it, so you can see. Let me say first of all, guys, is that I've made mention to all candidates out there who are not part of the corrupt political machine, guys, that at the end of the day, it doesn't serve any of us, guys. And I've said this privately. I've said it to Jessica. I've said it to Carlos Elizondo. I've said it to Joe Valdez. I've said it to Mr. Velez. I've said it to everyone, and I'm going to say this again, guys. It doesn't serve the community of Brownsville, guys, to just vote Erasmo Castro into office. It doesn't. Guys, we need 3 seats, guys, this election cycle. We need 3 seats. We need 3 individuals who are not a part of the corrupt political machine. So, no, Dorina, I don't know where you get a one man band. I've said it. And here's Jessica. She'll tell you. We need 3 seats in there, guys, to actually affect a difference, guys. I've already been a one man show on the BISD board, guys. A one-man show. And Dorina, and everyone else in the Brownsville, they came after me with everything that they had. Law enforcement, lawsuits, police reports, everything. And the reason was because I was calling out their corruption. I was going to the FBI, Dorina. I'm not making this up. And let me tell you guys, if I was stuck in the same situation on the city commission, I'd be doing exactly the same thing because they are ratas. They have stolen. You want proof? I'll give you proof, Dorina. But folks like you don't want to accept the truth. You call it negativity. Again, Casa del Nylon. It's right there, Dorina. Casa del Nylon. Is that being negative? They stole from you $2.3 million, Dorina. They stole from you $2.3 million to put into the pocket of Golonsky, guys. Golonsky, who sits on the commission, Dorina. Is that being negative? That's stating fact, guys. You don't call it out, people don't learn about it, guys. How many people in the city of Brownsville know that we lost $2.3 million on an asbestos-filled building, Dorina? You want me to be quiet about that? Who's going to scream about it? So no, you are mistaken. It's not an Erasmo attitude. It's a we attitude, 100%. And it's something that I've shared openly and publicly, guys. So again, and I had the conversation with a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine And I'll say this, who are out there putting a picture with one candidate. And I go like, guys, you need to vote for three individuals on there who are not a part of the corrupt political machine. Leadership is not a one man band. I've never said that, Dorina. Never said that. Leadership are individuals that are going to go out there and do the right thing. We don't have that on the city commission, Dorina. We don't. Tell me one commissioner that has stood against the corrupt political machine that hurts Brownsville. One commissioner that voted against the Casa de Nylon building. One. One commissioner that came out during the first 3 days of the February freeze. Tell me one. One. And you know what? You can't. Because in y'all's attempt to defend your gallo, your your person of choice, guys, it actually causes a disservice to the people of Brownsville as a whole. And I'm sorry, I don't have that luxury. I don't have the luxury of, este es mi gallo, este es mi bueno. I don't have that luxury. I fight for everyone in the city of Brownsville, be it by myself, but I would greatly prefer for it to be in a group. Are the chickens allowed in the city limits? Yes.
Yes, they are, Juan. Absolutely.
Uh, th- there is no reason why the zoo shouldn't be suffering or being put on the side. I even asked if they got military discounts, forgetting that they only accept the IDs in San Antonio. Again, instead of giving other places, the zoo needs to put their request for funds to, from what they just gave Brownsville, put our zoos. Guys, the zoo is one of our shining jewels, guys. We've got to take care of it. It brings in revenue to the city of Brownsville, unlike removing a dam rock, unlike buying the Casa de Nylon building, guys. Some of us are okay with the zoo, but most of us are concerned with the city not doing enough for the disabled. Like
You're right.
wait the hot sun for bus forever while we wait in the rain and cold. Hector, 100% right. And it
Hector,
go.
why? Because we're not a priority, Hector. And this is, I want to address that comment about Erasmo, and you guys, it comes up a lot in his about his negativity. Is Erasmo quote unquote negative? Yes, if negativity implies that he's calling out some of the injustices that we as residents of Brownsville have been enduring. So yeah, it's going to be negative, and injustice is negative. And Erasmo could come up and he could say, well, it's all going to be okay. Vote for me. Everything's wonderful. Let's put on our pink glasses. But then he would not be actually educating the public about what's actually going on. And so I congratulate Erasmo for having the tenacity to go ahead and call out these things that your sitting commission won't call out. So we have to give him credit for that. So thank you, Erasmo, for that. Now, as far as your question, Hector, why? You're right. Waiting in the rain, in the hot sun, is not something that the people of Brownsville should have to endure. Other people in other cities don't have to endure it either. And in many cases, they may not be enduring it the way we are. But why are we? Because the city commission and the city manager by default, because the city commission isn't telling him, um, they don't care. They're not listening to what we want, and clearly we are not a priority to them. That's why I say we're like the stepchild, right? We're just not a priority. So, when we talk about we need to get people in there that care, we need to get people in there that are going to listen, and they're going to do something actively and proactively. And it's not enough to say this is a volunteer job. What do you expect? As some people have been told by members of the commission, it's a volunteer job. What do you expect? We expect you to represent us and do the work for us. That's why we elected you. If it's a volunteer job and it's too hard, then you shouldn't have spent hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of dollars to get into that office when
100%.
you knew it was a job for free.
100%. And Hector, you're on point. And again, been screaming it for years now in regards to our bus stops, in regards to our sidewalks, inaccessibility for a lot of our folk. And look, I just go drive around town. Hector, you know this. Go drive around town and you're going to see brush piled up on top of our sidewalks. There's no access for our disabled folks that are needing the sidewalks, guys. No access whatsoever, guys. Where are our city commissioners up in arms in regards to Republic saying that it's going to be till June that they come out and pick up the brush, guys? It is uncalled for. And we need commissioners that are going to demand that Republic go out there and do their job. They are getting paid, guys. We didn't suspend their payment. We had increase in paying out there, guys. So we didn't suspend the payment. We don't expect a suspension of services, guys. But again, it goes back to the same. We don't have a city commission that is going to fight for everyone as a whole in the city of Brownsville. Casa de Nylon is infested with asbestos, 100%. That building needs to be torn down. It's an eyesore anyway, and a reminder of the scam. Guys, a scam, a huge scam. Casa de Nylon is full of asbestos. Yes. Yeah. What about Roosevelt and Cole Street, 13th and 15th Street? Streets all messed up. And also Alice, there's a lot of trash. People come and talk this stuff. Take this up. 100%. Jessica, bless your heart. You're a beautiful soul.
Oh,
Let's
thank you, Beatrice.
get to all the comments because the hour went to an hour and a half, and we don't do this in the morning. Being shot at is not the same as being shot. It's also have had a gun pointed to my head and cocked. An eye for an eye. I would rather not have anyone experience the trauma of being shot by someone. Yeah, I wouldn't like that either. I'm disabled and elderly, but I speak for many in my situation who back me up, and our votes are out there. We back both of you. Please keep us in mind. I take people in my van every day. I will stop by Mr. Castro's office to show how many people and times I take. Love you, Hector. I love you.
Thanks, Hector.
No one is pro-abortion. Hardly anyone here. Have a blessed day, friend, Mr. YouTube.
Thank you, Beatrice.
The term is pro-choice. We need more birth control education and availability of birth control so that no one is faced with an unwanted pregnancy. Yeah, we need to make sure that we take care of ourselves, guys, 100%. And let me say that there are a lot of other options out there for a lot of individuals as to who cannot have children to give it to individuals who cannot have children.
Mm-hmm.
No son demócratas, no son republicanos, son del PRI de Brownsville. ¿Y cómo los tumbas? A cachetadas guajoloteras. Exactly. Many people do not know we have a wonderful zoo. We need to advertise more. Please, especially. I also see large billboards on highway advertising for places like our zoo, 100%. If Texas passes Class 3 gaming, we can see an increase in jobs and tax dollars. Preach, brother.
Mm-hmm.
No vision, no long planning because they are too busy planning for their pet projects and stuff that puts money in their pocket, 100%.
Right.
So I support Class 3 gaming in Texas. Me too, 100. I hope you all win election to make a change in Brownsville. We need change in our zoos, schools, disabled streets, etc. Like I said, the owner from the SpaceX just donated a pretty penny, more than enough to put the projects heard. PI school has already got 5 million because they put their funds request. I don't know about 5 million. Erasmo's vision for expanding and sustaining the zoo makes sense, 100%, guys. And look, I don't want to go off on it because I really want to end. But they're out there saying, "Oh, we're opening the cannery." The cannery is something I don't even know what it is, but you know that it's right there where that could be part of the zoo. The
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I don't even know what that is, but they're hell bent in Austinizing, in Californizing Brownsville, guys. It'll make your head spin. Yo sé que ustedes recuperarán esta ciudad y todo será mejor. Bendiciones, bendiciones.
Please go ahead and vote.
Let me see zoo important, but special needs just another committee. Okay, got it. Oh, come on, Rosie. I didn't say that. And you could put words in my mouth all you want. Look, Rosie, I'm not going to play that game. You could put words in my mouth all you want, but do not dictate what I said or misinterpret what I said, Rosie. I have always, and I have always fought for my disabled people. That is why I was out there like a crazy man, Rosie, yelling and screaming about the bus stops before anybody else did. So no, it's not Erasmo doesn't care about our special needs, and do not twist my words around. I do not appreciate that from anyone.
No, and I also I would agree with you, Erasmo. Rosie. I think that what I'll have to say about that is no, by no means that even myself am I saying that the zoo trumps the special needs community. Absolutely not. What I would like to add though is that when we have task forces or committees that represent certain aspects of our community, what it tells me is that the commissioners themselves are not taking time to be representative and to listen to the community. So now now groups of individuals feel so frustrated in that, in their, basically in their lack of voice, that they're having to come together to say, hey, what are we going to do to actually make the city help us? And in this case, the special needs community, we are building bathrooms that are not ADA compliant. And by building them, I mean the city is building bathrooms with your money and my money that are not ADA compliant. And it takes, for goodness sakes, it takes a committee or a task force to bring that to light to the city. What's wrong with the planning and the engineering and the the, I don't even know what to call it. What's wrong with people when they can't even do something that is as basic as a ADA compliant bathroom? That we now need people to tell our city, hey, by the way, guess what, guys? You're not doing this right. It just shows you how que cerrados están a la comunidad.
100%. And I'm sorry, Rosie, but let me tell you, I in no way, in any way, demean the need of our special needs folks out there. I've been a proponent, a fighter for special needs, and for that which benefits special needs religiously.
Absolutely.
Right?
I am too.
Religiously. As disappointing as that is a platform, I'm not surprised not even the city acknowledges April as awareness, which is unfortunate but typical. Rose,
Abs-
I agree with you 100%. One of the first things, and guys, and look, and this is what shocks me about your comment in regards to me not giving a damn about special needs. The first thing I did in April was get shirts for autism awareness. I got them from some of my students at Hannah, and guys, and I've got them on my own. I've ordered shirts, and for me, it's not just a shirt thing, guys. It's not just a shirt thing. I am out there fighting for the rights of every single individual in the city of Brownsville, especially those that are the weakest amongst us, guys. And I've said that, guys. Again, to go back to the facts, guys. The reason why I was upset with the bus stop not having benches or covers was because a lot of our disabled folk, the weakest amongst us, guys, depended on public transportation, guys. And I would see the pictures, guys, of them waiting out there in the rain, guys, in the
Right.
rain, in the
Erasmo,
heat.
in the rain, some of these bus stops are actually in areas where there's an uphill. Like literally, it's on the side on the curb. I know people that wait across the street under somebody's porch to get to the bus. They can't wait at the bus stop. It's too hot or it's just not accessible to them.
I see discipline, vision, and passion of you too.
Marco, tell everyone you know to please go out and vote.
As one of many citizens, I'm going to support the special needs committee. Something good can come out of it. No single candidate truly addressed that. Rosie, you're mistaken
Hi,
again.
Rosie.
You are mistaken again, Rosie.
It's on mine here. To make, and this is just a portion of it, Rosie, to make our parks and facilities easily accessible to our family members with special needs. It's part of my information. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to contact me at that number, 833-455-0597. Send me a text message. It's on here.
Yeah,
I
Rosie.
trust
You're
me.
Yeah, Rosie, you're mistaken, Rosie. And again, this is the problem. People start speaking and making comments without facts. And unfortunately, Rosie, what happens is people are going to say, oh, well, no, Rosie must be right. Erasmo doesn't support special needs. And you know what's going to happen, Rosie? They're going to go out there and vote for my opponent. And my opponent doesn't give a rat's ass about anyone but her elite little group, bike riding group, Rosie. That's the problem, Rosie, because you are very mistaken, very, very mistaken. I have constantly been speaking in regards to the disregard of this city commission and the city of Brownsville administration, all the way back with Charlie Kabler was city manager. Rosie, I have the proof. I've said it publicly. I don't hide. I'm not out there saying it via a fake Facebook page or something or other. So you are mistaken when you mention that no single candidate truly addressed. Jessica just showed you that she has it on as one of her platform items. Rosie, I am a walking platform. I've stated it. I fought for it. So please do not misinform individuals out there, Rosie. Rixacas need to be cleaned assume a super dirty, bad smell, disgusting for us.
You're
Say
right, Fifi.
100%. And look, going back into the area where the zoo's at, the Saka's right there, guys. Right there.
And can we address resacas? Because I also have this, and I'll post it on my page. We talk about resacas. I've learned that resacas is not a matter of public works; it's a matter of public health. And 2 cents, 2 cents out of every dollar that we put into the city goes into the public health department. This is why I say it is a budgeting issue. When we go spend $450,000 to pay a consulting firm that brings us nothing except ideas that we never implement, what happens to the rest of our dollars? We don't have enough. We're just not using our money wisely, folks.
You're not. To me, it's very personal. Rosie, to me, it's very personal as well.
Rosie, it's personal to me.
It's
Believe me.
very, very personal to me. And Rosie, you know this. You know that I fought for special needs 100%. I fought for it when I was on the school board. I've been fighting it for years. You know this. Next week, that committee has a meeting. Look, y'all may not like this, guys. I'm going to say this. We need elected officials that are well rounded and ready to hear the needs of the community as a whole, guys. A lot of the time, Rosie, they'll select these little committees in order to say, well, we have a committee where we've got them talking about it, but doesn't much matter. Look, Rosie, and don't take this the wrong way. ¿De qué nos sirve, honestly, to have committees out there? We have the committee, honestly, ¿de qué nos sirve if they don't do anything about the needs of our special need people out there?
And by they, meaning the commission or the
Yes,
city, not the
100%.
committee. The committee, again, the committee is a sounding board. It
100%.
takes the leadership and the departments to do something about it. You know what? Let me tell you. I spoke to Mr. Sergio Zarate. Hopefully, he doesn't mind that I'm using his name, but Sergio Zarate, who's a huge advocate for the special needs community. I mean, he's like right at the front of the line. Respect for that man and his family. And this is what the words that he told me. He says, we have that committee, but the commission has not given this committee any teeth.
Nothing.
In other words, nos oyen, pero no actúan. They don't act
Exactly.
on what we're telling them. So again, Rosie, this is coming from Mr. Sergio Zarate, who I have a lot of respect for. And he's telling me this. So that tells you this is not about Erasmo or about Jessica. This is about the current leadership that is not giving this committee, the special needs community, any teeth in the matters of how
Nothing.
we address the needs of the special needs community.
Nothing. And Jessica and Rosie, I'm sorry, Rosie, the proof is in the pudding. Again, we don't have bus stops. We don't have covers. We don't have shelters. We don't have benches. We don't have accessibility. We don't have sidewalks in a lot of our important streets.
Yeah.
We have brush piled on it. So again, nothing against the committee. Rosie, ¿de qué sirve when the leadership
No
don't,
implementa.
don't listen to the committees out there? But you know what? More than the committees, and again, don't take this the wrong way, Rosie. Why do we have, don't take this the wrong way, but why is there a need to have a special needs committee when we have elected officials that should be out
Right.
there taking care of the needs of the special committee? Again, don't take this the wrong way. Then why? Because Rosie, you can share with me your concerns. I hear the concerns of everyone in the city of Brownsville. Everyone. If I had the resources of the city of Brownsville, then you think honestly and retort honestly, do you really think that we'd have a brush problem? A brush problem on our sidewalks that our special needs folks use if Erasmo Castro was a city commissioner? Honestly, think about it for a while. Do you really think that there'd be that problem? And the answer is absolutely not. Because when you would address it to me, I would immediately take action. De qué sirve to be addressing it to the city commission who have done absolutely nothing, Rosie, nothing to benefit the special needs people in the city of Brownsville? Nothing. ¿De qué nos sirve? Let's have a committee. Let's have a committee for the zoo betterment. ¿De qué nos sirve? They're still not investing in the zoo. Let's have a special needs committee. ¿De qué nos sirve? When Sergio Zarate, down by the border, is stating that they have done nothing for our special needs kids, guys. And the truth is, they haven't. Those are facts, guys. Facts. So we could have 1,000 committees out there, Rosie, for special needs. Doesn't do us a damn good if the individuals on the city commission and at City of Brownsville administration continue to have a deaf ear to the needs of our people as a
Mm-hmm.
whole. Brownsville, no te conformes, si se puede, let's go vote. This is time to change 100%. Make them accountable. Yes, they will listen. And the way we make them accountable, Rosie, is by kicking them out of office. Because once we kick them out of office, Rosie, then everyone will start to fear the people. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
elected officials should fear the people and never the other way around. Never, ever the other way around. So let's get them teeth officially or not. Let's get out there. I'm out there. I fight for my special needs people. I fight for my elite people. I fight for my Southmost people. I fight for my Rivera people. But I don't do it because I'm pandering for votes, guys. I don't do it because I want you to vote for me. I've done it always. It's been a constant. I don't change my platforms. I don't speak with a double sided tongue, guys. I don't sugarcoat anything, guys. And that is why some people say Erasmus is being negative. No, guys, I give you my opinion. I share with you facts and where I base my opinions from, guys. But I'm open to hear your thoughts and comments on it. But please don't ever put words in my mouth. That's the only thing I ask, because then other people say, "Well, yeah, Erasmo doesn't care about special needs," and that is farthest from the truth. And I have a proven track record to fight for the needs of our people. Jessica, any last words?
Uh, Everyone that watched up to this point, I know we've gone a little long. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I'm asking you right now, you have a decision to make when it comes to this election cycle. I'm asking you for your vote. Please help me get in office, be part of that commission. I will do my best to represent you and to really let's start getting our money working for us, everybody. I ask for your support, Jessica Puente Bradshaw for City Commissioner District 3. If you do not live in District 3 or you're unsure, uh, send me a text message, send me a Facebook with your address. I'll let you know. But get yourself, your family, your neighbors, your coworkers, your friends to go out and tell them why you're voting for Jessica Puente Bracha. Again, I appreciate your support. Thank you, Erasmo, for allowing me the time to be able to speak and share with you here on your show.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day, guys. Please do what Hector is doing. Please, guys, take people out to vote, guys. This race is ours to win. Ours, and by ours, I mean we, the people in the city of Brownsville, the people as a whole, guys. It is our race to win, guys. Let's bring back the city to serve the people and not them expecting it to be the other way around, folks. Please, guys, social distance, face coverings, hand sanitizer. I'll be posting throughout the day. There will be a forum at 6 p.m. tonight, held by the Brownsville Police Officers Association, guys. I'm asked permission to record, hopefully to be able to live stream it, so that more people in the community can, hear more from the candidates, guys. So I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens this afternoon. I'll be ready to record it and give you access to it, guys. Guys, please, 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 cancerous enough. Go out and vote. Take family and friends out to vote. It is our race, guys. Have a great day. See you at 9 p.m. Guys, be good to each other. And please continue to be good to me. God bless.
God